This life that I've employed, while I love it, it has its limits. The failing I regret, though it's painful, I must admit it. For everything I know of this world, I never lived it. Silence hung for a moment's thought, as echo from the room decayed and tapered off. And there we sat reflecting, was it all for naught? Until I spoke in earnest with this brief remark. I said that while it's evident your knowledge is rivaled by much shrewdness, I've never met a man with such wisdom who's so foolish. Then he grinned and he chuckled and asked if I would speak on what I'd seen through my travels, so I replied, I've seen the treasure that waits for a man to find. I've seen the consequence when the sun and the moon combine. I've seen the peaks of mountains that reach out and touch the sky, the struggle to survive in the desert where dreams have died. I've seen the best and the worst that we try to hide, the salt of the earth and the evil of humankind. I've seen the wrecked and ravaged and scavengers rummage through debris, and those that searched in hope finding meaning when none once used to be. And some that stormed the beaches, some that pledged allegiance, some that scorched the earth for motives that they don't agree with. Seen some get lost among the current of their grievance, while the tide of death and birth left some speechless. I've seen love bring some to their knees, and some lift hearts when they smile for no reason. I've seen fairy tale endings to believe in, and now I see a man who'd see the same if he but sees it.